Welcome back to the League of the Genuine Conversations, the only show on the planet where we discuss the important but often ignored subject of counterfeits. We hope you are benefiting or learning a thing or two from the guests that we bring, from the topics that we discuss, because counterfeits are in our midst and they appear not to be going away anytime soon. We have yet another episode, we have yet another guest. Join me in welcoming Hudson Mugweri. Hudson is a PR practitioner, specialist, expert. What are you?
I'm a practitioner.
You're a practitioner?
Yeah.
And you are also a basketball fanatic, but you don't look like a basketballer.
Because I've added more weight.
So is there a league for lean basketballers and the big size basket?
There's corporate league for people who are done with playing the national league.
So did you play village basketball or the premium basketball?
I played league basketball. My times of UCU, when I was in UCU for 3 years, I was playing for the junior team of UCU. That's UCU.
That is Uganda
Christian University, yes.
Which year was this?
From 2009 to 2012. But before UCJV, I was in the mighty Sky Jammers in my vacation. Then I joined UCU.
And after UCU,
I went
to the club?
No, when you're done with university, of course, you have to move on. I joined Abacod, I think, for 1 season. Then I let go of being active in basketball because I was so busy, I was so occupied. Work came in.
So you are a PR professional?
Yeah.
With a university degree in PR?
Yeah. Degree in mass communication, but specialized in PR.
Oh, it's part of mass communication?
Yeah, it's part of mass communication.
I was checking out that what public relations means, and they say that it's about helping an organization or somebody to maintain a positive image of themselves, okay? And there is a relationship there with counterfeits. You know, so counterfeits, somebody does something,
yeah,
and he wants that thing to maintain a positive and likable image. Do you see a similarity between PR and these counterfeiters? Because you're all specialists in putting up some image.
No, of course, you have to make sure the brand has a positive image to the public, but also you should make sure that the brand you're pushing doesn't have counterfeit products. It has genuine products. Yeah. For example, let me talk about when I used to work with Airtel. That was when I was at Scanad. That is Hill and Auto Strategies. You make sure that the product you're pushing out helps the public, but it's genuine, not a fake product. Everything you're doing has to be genuine.
No, but recently I saw a video of a lady who was complaining that she had lost her money, Airtel money, and I don't know, she was accusing either some people in Airtel or some conmen conniving, and she lost money, and despite reporting to Airtel, she did not get assistance and she lost money. Now, if you are a PR specialist for Airtel and you are supposed to promote a positive image, this is a negative activity, a negative thing. And you come as PR and you cover it up and make it look nice. This is exactly what counterfeiters do. They get a fake thing and cover it up.
You don't make it look nice. You have to make sure you inform the client. You have to follow up with the client's problem, because the client is the people you're serving. I was told they were following up with those clients because I had a chat with one of the Airtel people.
That incident, you remember it?
Yes, I remember it. If I can remember my phone, I can show you some of your messages of how I'm talking with him. Like, he explained to me of how they're trying to handle that issue. So I told them, can you write a press statement, please, informing the public? He's like, no, it's better we go on TV, do interviews, because Mobba Ferez are now coming in, and these guys themselves as Airtel customer care people, yet they're not our people. There's that thing of be steady, be smart. There's a campaign they're running about being smart in whatever you're doing.
In other words, telling the users
Yes.
of Airtel,
Yeah, to be smart in
not to be careless.
not to be careless.
No, but in that video, the lady was complaining that she was actually careful and smart and
Actually,
steady, and she tried to contact customer care.
It wasn't one or two, there were many.
No, I know,
people.
but the one I saw.
The one you saw, yes.
In that case, the lady was saying she tried
To talk to customer
and she
care.
failed. So, speak to me in terms of PR helping to fight counterfeit, that counterfeit behavior,
Yeah.
that fake behavior.
Yeah.
In that case, how did PR help to admonish the counterfeiter? Or was PR more concerned with protecting the image of Airtel? Are you seeing that dichotomy
There's
there?
protecting the image of Airtel.
Yes, but how do
How
does
handle
PR
it?
help us to
How
fight
does
counterfeits?
PR help fight because
Yes.
that's why sometimes when a crisis comes in an organization, you set up a committee. Be like, how are you going to handle this? This is a big problem. It's going to affect the brand of the company. How are we going to sit down? The image of the company is going to be is going to be affected. Let's sit down. Let's strategize. Let's come up with better solutions which can help our customers, because these are our customers. These are daily customers. Yeah, these are the guys who give us money, not these other people. So I'm sure they sat down as Airtel and they came up with a solution of like, let's do it. Let's go tell these guys, let's be smart of how we're dealing with these things. You need to be smart as an individual as well about to deal with
What
these
about
things.
you as the service provider? Because there are a lot of gaps in the telecommunication service provider.
A lot of gaps, yes.
So you're concentrating on telling we the consumers to be smart. What about you, the telco?
Now,
Because you have internal weaknesses
yeah,
also.
internal weaknesses are there. That's why I said they sit as a team. They strategize properly. Be like, if we have we have loopholes, let's make sure they're set very well. If someone is making sure that these people, like they're losing out money, they have to be fired, they have to be arrested. Action has to take place. That's why sometimes these telecoms work with police. Sometimes on such instances, work with police. They do investigations. What next? Someone is arrested. They has been getting money from what? From our customers without our consent, using our brand as Airtel.
Yes, but don't you think that you have a duty to provide a safe service? Because you advertise Airtel wallet, your money is safe,
Yeah.
then people are losing money in their wallet.
True.
Now, don't you think that the priority should be to make the service safe, meaning to check the gaps and the loopholes,
yes.
in the wallet,
Yeah.
so that somebody doesn't lose money, rather than the priority being to go and create a positive image of the service provider? Because that's what you PR people do. You're concentrating on talking and saying we are the best, it's okay.
You know why sometimes they say, please inform the public, but the systems are down. They're trying to make sure they have better services. Let's put down the systems. Even in banks, sometimes you should be like, we are going to put down our ATMs are going to be working. Please make sure you get your money on time, like on the weekend. There's something which has happened in the system, so they make sure that everything is set very well.
So this PR thing, PR as a profession, is its loyalty to the customer or to the truth? Are you? Sometimes they call you spin doctors. You go and there's something
Twist,
which happens,
and you twist something.
and you twist and turn. Where is your loyalty?
I would say to the truth.
To the paymaster? Is the truth the paymaster? Is the same meaning as paymaster?
No,
Because if somebody is paying you,
of course,
and they want you to twist.
someone pays you, but there are things you can't twist. There are things you can't twist by. You tell the client this is how to twist. If someone has died, let me say, a worker has died in a boiler. Let me say
At a factory.
It is hard to twist that thing because someone has died. It's the truth. Someone has died. So to a person who is a PR professional, at least you make sure you help the family than twisting the stories. You know, the workers are busy telling people this one has died. It's the truth. He died because of doing this and this. He died in the factory. It's the truth. He has died. How are you going to twist it?
But do you agree that just like counterfeits, there is deception also in PR. Counterfeits are about deception.
Yeah.
I mislead you that this is this, whereas it's not. Is there deception in PR?
To a smaller,
Deliberate deception.
to a smaller extent, it's there. Because sometimes the words we use when you're writing press releases, everyone is like, wow, this is awesome. But you be like, no, I think I'm lying to them. I'm over putting it, I'm over hyping it. You know, that's why I started to tell clients, let's use simple words, let's use simple English as we speak to them. Don't over hype it. Then we make mistakes at the end of the day. Then it comes back to us. To a smaller extent, deception is there.
And so, like any other profession, you also have bad apples, okay, who maybe use PR for negative purposes.
Yes, for negative purposes, yes.
How is PR helping us to fight counterfeits in Uganda or in Africa? Do you think PR is playing its role?
It's not playing a bigger role because the engagement is so small. But on their side of, like, let me say, on their products, they're making sure that delivering genuine products.
No, I'm saying PR as a product.
As a product. It's not,
is this product called PR helping us to fight counterfeits? In your view?
It's not helping. It's not helping at all. Because they're focusing on their clients than focusing on the bad problems, the bad things happening in the country.
But the PR practitioners are human beings.
Yes.
They consume food. You have another market where PR people buy.
No, we buy
their genuine products.
Buy from the same market.
So are PR practitioners affected by counterfeits?
They're affected so much. Affected so much. And
Now,
they're always complaining.
Now, why don't they use the tool they have, which is mouthpiece? They can articulate, they can spin. Why don't you do some spins against the counterfeiters? Is it because you are negligent?
Not
because we have negligence as one of the factors of why we have counterfeits. And now here, the people who can speak and can spin things and do PR against counterfeits are negligent. Would you agree that PR practitioners are being negligent not to speak against counterfeits?
They speak out, by the way, they air out their views so
in their homes,
not in their homes,
bedrooms,
on their socials. They air out their views and be like, about this, but this is so bad. But they have the thing of like, let me contact the person in charge of this product and we solve it, because they've got contacts on their phone numbers. Be like, now, who's the PR manager of Bull? About fake cooking oil, please. What's happening in your factory? Yeah, sometimes they contact between themselves. They've got their groups they form. The PRAO is there, Public Relations Association of Uganda is there. You know, they've got Uganda Marketers Association as well. So they know themselves. So they be like, let's communicate between each other. So they're putting everything out to the public. Like, this has happened to me.
Apart from being on WhatsApp groups and talking to the marketing manager of a factory and so on, because not everybody has those contacts.
Yeah.
How do you think we should use PR to push back against counterfeits?
We need to engage them more on the counterfeit bit of it. In that we need to have like workshops with them. Let me say these organizations, they have like, let me say PRAO, they've got Uganda Marketers Association as well. Those workshops can help us open their eyes, be like, guys, we need to work.
You mean they don't see counterfeits in the market?
They see in the market, but the only thing of like, can they engage us?
If somebody attacks you at home, you need a workshop to beef up your security.
No.
And to care for your family. There are certain things which appeal to every one of us to stand up and be counted. But you're telling me that the PR Society of Uganda is waiting for a workshop?
Not a workshop. I'm just saying engaging a few of them so that they can come out and air out this. Some of them have got problems, by the way. They just keep quiet about it. They just keep quiet. You can be there. You can be working for an agency. That agency is like a boat, but cooking oil from what? Let me say from Mukwan. But the agency is working with the client.
Mukwan is the one paying.
Is the one paying. Give me like, now if I make noise, I'm going to lose my job. Be like, now what if I'm to leave this kind of job and I'm going to get another job? They be like, we saw something.
That man is a
we saw something on social media.
Why does he talk about our brand?
We can't give him a job. So there's that fear as well.
We're back with the second segment. We are discussing matters public relations and counterfeits. To help us understand the relationship between the two, we have here Mr. Hudson. Mr. Hudson is a PR guru. You're working with QG Search and Search.
Yeah,
or
I work
Group.
with
QG Group, our partners in this fight against counterfeits. You were there from the beginning when we signed the partnership.
Yes.
With QG Group, our communications partner. You ended by saying that sometimes you PR practitioners, you vote with your wallet for the interests of your wallet. If a product for a client you're doing work for is fake, you will not post on Twitter, you will not talk about it. Because you fear to upset the client. And you remember I had asked you whether PR is loyal to the client or to the
customer.
truth.
Yeah.
And so it's clear now that sometimes the truth gets compromised, like it can get compromised for anybody else. But you also said there is need for engagement. But you have been working in partnership with us for
3 years now.
3 years now.
Yeah.
I guess you have learned a thing or two about counterfeits.
True.
What have you done as a member of the PR family to spread the word? On your own, have you helped to engage and bring your colleagues on board to understand the problem?
Yeah, I've done my part, because whatever sometimes happens when we are engaging different people, entities, I make sure I update them. I'm like, today we've met the minister of this and this and this at Hotel Protea, and this is what we discussed. You know, if a news bite has just come in, I share the link to them. I'm like, please follow up the story. This is what's happening now. This is how far we've gone. I remember there's a tweet someone made about in Teso, people suffering in agriculture. Then I engaged him. I told him SCA, in partnership with QG Group, recently launched the Fake is Fake campaign in Mbale district. And he was so pleased. I know him as a counsel, but he's a husband to my friend who is into media. So I had to engage him so well, and he was so excited. Actually, he came in my inbox and then he started chatting about those problems they're facing in Teso region. I make sure I engage people. When I see something happening, I engage someone there and then. Because I know we are fighting, counterfeiting the country.
But what is your feel? Do you feel people understand this problem, or they think it is a problem for other people?
They do understand it so well, because it is affecting the country at a larger extent. But the issues, why are they reporting to? They have nowhere to report.
The police stations are
The police stations are there,
open.
but the police stations, the person that got report gives the police station something, kitu kidogo. Corruption is the biggest thing in Uganda, which we need to fight.
Corruption is promoting counterfeit.
Counterfeit, yes. Because you see something like, I bought fake shoes. These are not the Nikes I'm supposed to buy. But from this shop, it tells you, no, you can't return the products once I've sold them to you. But you're telling me this is a fake thing about bought at how much, 300,000, but it's fake. After 2 steps, there are holes in the shoe. Because the person is like, even if you report me, even they even use Luganda, I never want to pay you. Nothing happened to me. Be like, wow. You try to follow up. He's like, I've got people I can work with. Big person in police is there. You can a phone call away. He's like, let him go back to office and works.
You are very, very close to some of the things we are trying to do here to stop that kind of attitude and appreciation of the problem. Do you see hope and light at the end of the tunnel? Do you think our approaches, and do you know which of those approaches do you think?
I see hope, a lot of hope. I remember when we did the Bukola ride, I was there. When we went with
that was 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, when we went with the police to downtown, to different shops to look for those fake agriculture products, I was so impressed with the way we handled the whole thing. And people were even arrested. People arrested, they were taken to court, some were imprisoned. Some
we got an imprisonment of 1 year actually.
Yes. You know, that is a sign of like, you know what, we are progressing. we are progressing, we can go far. When we were doing a campaign when we were launching fake campaign in Mbale, you could look at farmers, how they came to listen to how we are trying to handle this issue, and they were positive. They were like, guys, thank you very much for coming. I was there for a full week. I would move in I was moving around in villages. They were there, happy to see us. They were like, we've been looking forward to see you guys. Thank you for coming.
And they were complaining about fakes in agriculture.
Yes, fakes in agriculture.
Pesticides,
yes.
Seeds.
Even the fertilizers.
But from your experience, having worked with us, do you give the public, the consumer, a big role to play in the fight against counterfeits? Or you think the bigger role to be played is by the brands and government?
Not only actually the consumer has a bigger role to play, because they're the ones who consume.
But it doesn't manufacture them.
They're the ones who consume products. Imagine you've bought maize, you've planted 3 acres of land, and it's all fake. You're making a loss as a consumer. What is that for?
But they will tell you that we cannot differentiate. In Dankani, one of the issues is that these people cannot differentiate.
Now,
you were in Mbale. Were the farmers in Mbale telling you that it was easier to differentiate the
it was hard for them to differentiate?
Yes.
So it goes
so
back,
whose fault is that?
It's the government's fault. Mainly Uganda National Bureau of Standards.
But the Uganda National Bureau of Standards and the government don't manufacture.
They don't manufacture
the fakes,
but remember,
or the genuine.
But remember, before the product is taken out to the public, they have to make sure it's on standard. It's a standard product.
They need to check it
They
before
need to check it before it goes to
market.
the market.
Or in other cases.
Actually, today I saw a tweet about them curbing people as selling fake tires. I'm like, now they've woken up. After Parliament saying we are going to pass a bill, they are trying to talk about the bill. Now they're trying to be busy, but they've been silent. They've been keeping quiet about these things. Why? At times URA just keeps quiet. I'm like, why are they quiet about these things? Someone brings in something which is fake in the country, and they're quiet. They're like, we just get tax from them. That's all. There's no law which curbs them. But you bring something which is fake, which is going to kill people, which is affecting people. It's even affecting your mother who's in the village deep in it. But for you, you're like, as long as
you're making money in Kampala and spending all of it on treatment.
On treatment. They don't see that.
Because of fakes.
Yeah. Just have something genuine.
So you're saying that the consumer has a role to play. But the consumer doesn't have information. Are you calling for more sensitization? What are you calling for?
Even the consumer is a government person, because the consumer this product has worked. The people working those agencies in Uganda,
they also eat,
they drink.
They fall sick.
Yes. So it's affecting, generally, it's affecting everyone. So it's upon everyone, not only the consumer, but everyone to take part.
There is a book I'm reading. This gentleman, one of my favorite authors, Yuval Noah Harari, the guy who wrote Homo sapiens, Homo Deus. Somewhere here, he wrote and said, we should never underestimate the stupidity of humanity. That the things we do, we kill ourselves in droves, we destroy the environment. Are you suggesting that he could be right, that there is some human stupidity?
There is.
In how we allow in counterfeits, get money, and only to go and buy medicine which is fake, and we die.
We die.
This is human stupidity he's talking about.
He's right. Because actually, leave him aside. There's a time, I'm sorry to bring in some bit of politics. Best just said the most stupidest people are the elites. I put it deep, but I'm like, he's right.
You're saying me and you are stupid.
At times it'll be like, I bought something, which is fake. What does expiry date say? 10th of June. I'm like, let me just throw it away.
But you've spent money?
You've spent money, let me just throw it away.
You're allowing the distribution and sale of that fake?
Yeah.
You are enlightened, you are the eyes of society.
Instead of saying,
taking action.
Taking action, be like, let me just throw it away. I'll buy another pack, which is what? Original. What are you doing? You're promoting counterfeit in the country because you're not taking action.
So collectively, we are in a bondage of some kind of stupidity.
True.
All of us.
All of us.
Who allow these things to come.
Yeah.
And then we have this individualistic approach that for me, I buy things here which are safe.
Yes.
not knowing that we are part of a wider community.
True.
And once one counterfeit is bought here, is promoting a general culture of counterfeiting.
Sometimes we send our old people money. Because first we can buy genuine products as we. But what is that old person buying in those shops, those small village shops? Because they're done with work, they have retired. He sends a boy, please go buy for me soap. Go buy for me guinness. Go buy for me this hand to plant my maize. You know? But they're buying fake products. For vice is like, man, she the cent. Let me go buy. My son or daughter send me some amount of money. Let me go buy.
No, but sometimes, like there is a crisis in, I think, Lira and other places. They have impounded, we are involved in this, fake maize seeds. Okay? Big consignment, more than 50 tons. So sometimes when you're going to blame your granny, your aunt, your judge.
No, I'm not blaming her.
No, I'm saying you sympathize with them because that is what is on the market.
That's what's on the market.
So if you send them to the trading center, that's what they'll get.
No, what I'm saying is, we send them money, but we don't tell them, please buy these products from these ends. All we do is like,
no, but even if
money,
you tell them,
have money,
the product.
So it's better they tell you what do you want to. Like sometimes I'm talking to the old person, the old lady. Ask her, please, what do you want? This and this. I'm like, okay, I'll bring it at home. I don't want to make mistakes sometimes. When it comes to farming, I'm like, no. Since I've done the thing for 3 years with SCN, I know what's bad, what's good. I'll be like, no, let me buy something.
But you have been part of operations we've done.
Yeah.
In Container Village.
True.
Where they are fake seeds and whatever. What chance is there that you can also buy in Kampala and be duped and buy fake, since the things look the same?
They're the same. It's all about how the kind of suppliers you're going to also do matter a lot. Yeah, there are some genuine shops you have to go to.
So for you know Bukola. If you're going to buy a herbicide, you can actually call them.
Yes, I can go call them.
But other people don't.
Other people don't know that. That's why we need to sensitize the public more about these things. And also, the people out there, let me say, the partners have to come to SCN. Be like, please help us. Let's sensitize. Than them keeping quiet. They're waiting for SCN to do something. Waiting for the government to pass the law. Yet they're making losses as well. Because someone can just brand something, Bukola. I come, I'm like, give me that pesticide. It's for Bukola, it's okay. But it's not for Bukola. But they're keeping quiet. They're like, it's okay. They haven't come to our shops, they've gone to this other shop. It's very fine.
So you're saying more sensitization?
Most is needed.
Since we are in PR, are you able to talk to the Uganda Broadcasters Association to increase educational content? Because a lot of the content on our TV, dancing, drama, news, this, you are not giving people information about to keep them safe from counterfeits. Are we going to see more educational programming on counterfeits on our TV?
We need to have that. We need to have more of that on TVs and radios. Because the little time we spent in Imbala, remember, we were supposed to have an interview for 1 hour, and you received around 50 SMS questions, just SMS questions, not even phone calls. Around 50 of them.
That was it Elgon Radio?
It was Elgon Radio, yes, Elgon FM. People were concerned from just about agriculture. We went to water, we went to buildings. Yeah.
The response was
went to clothes. I'm like, now this is what we need.
And this was an up-country radio station.
Yes, I'm like, this is what we need people to listen to us. We need people to see what we need to tell the people. But what is the government doing? What is other agencies doing? SN is doing a bigger role, yes. Can these people are fighting for coming aboard help SN as well? Let's push more. Because sometimes we need that airtime on radio. But radio will tell you we can't give you free airtime. We need money. We need you to pay for this airtime.
Recently, I did a program on DNA testing, the counterfeit angles.
Yeah.
And we gave the episode 45 minutes to a TV station. And they asked us for 5 million shillings. And we didn't pay, and the program is not there. But you don't blame the TVs, they also need to make money.
Yeah, they need to make money.
Pay salaries and whatever.
But there are some programs where you be like, do you know what?
In public interest.
In public interest. Can we do it?
Maybe we need to talk to UCC to see if they can give us a quota for the educational information. We're back with the third and last segment of the League of the Genuine Conversations. If you're new here, we discuss every Friday the important but ignored subject of counterfeits. To help us deepen our understanding of this issue is a peer perspective given to us by Hudson. Mr. Hudson, you ended by saying, look, we need to be alert, we need more awareness. And I was telling you that I think the challenge you media people have and PR people is that you're also running businesses. For example, the advertisement industry, advertising brands, products, and so on. In these countries, $100 million plus a year. Globally, more than 800 billion on advertising. So it's business. It's business. There's money to be made.
True.
But here, we know that in the process of advertising a genuine product, you are also advertising a fake product, a counterfeit. So this $800 billion a year is actually unintentionally being used to also promote
The fake products.
the burgeoning counterfeit business, global counterfeit business, which in a few years will be $1 trillion. What would you say is the role of advertising? How is it promoting counterfeits?
They would say they're trying to advertise genuine products, but somehow, somewhere, some of them are fake. Because there's a product you buy black, but this soap has they've just seen some advert of some soap, some random soap. Is it genuine? Seriously, can I use it for my face? Yeah. You see ladies always bleaching themselves, someone turning brown, they be like, how come the hands are different, but the face is brown? Because they're buying fake products, which are being advertised on TV.
Yes, but now,
Because
as a media outlet,
the TV is after getting money. The media house is after getting money to pay its staff members.
and to pay the shareholders a profit.
Yes.
But should you profit from criminality? Because counterfeiting, if I bring a fake product, advert for a fake product on your TV, I pay you 10 million shillings. The making of this fake product
The issue
is a crime.
The issue.
So you're facilitating me to commit a crime by advertising.
The issue we have with the TV, they don't feel the product. There's what you call test and feel. They don't feel the product. If they feel the product, then let's first bring it on board. We feel it, then we start running adverts. For them, they after what? Money.
No, but they may also feel it. Many counterfeits feel and look good. They may not have the expertise.
There's using it, and you be like, I've used it, but it is bad. Test and feel. That's why sometimes whenever they're opening up new restaurants, they tell you, please first come and test and feel. Sit down, eat,
So you're telling
enjoy.
You're telling the media houses, the radios and the TVs, to have anti-counterfeit experts.
Yes.
To be testing and checking
Checking out these products.
Don't you think it would be good if,
Or to
before
work, to work hand in hand with them, with your boss, UNBS,
and the brand owners?
and the brand owners.
Because my question is, supposing I come to you as a TV and I give you an advert of BlackBerry.
Yeah.
You advertise for me, this is my product, 3 million. Don't you think you should ask me whether I have permission from the brand owner to advertise as step number 1?
Yes, that is supposed to be there.
If I claim to be the owner of this brand, shouldn't you ask me for the legal registration, for example, the trademark?
True.
Things like that.
Things like
Instead of just getting the advert, you do the artwork, the graphics,
And you run it.
boom, and you put it on.
That's why the products they can't advertise. You can't find BlackBerry being advertised on TV. You understand? Products they be like, no, those ones no. But these ones done locally. You see them
They
running them.
advertise Mukama na Yamba, for example.
They're running them.
The local hubs.
The local hubs, they're running them.
Do they go to NDA to find out if this product is safe? Do you get like a certificate from NDA to advertise a medicine or a cosmetic? A lot of cosmetics have heavy metals, mercury, asbestos, zinc. Do they? And then you will see sometimes UNBS or customs impounded a cache of fake cosmetics, but the TV is advertising those cosmetics.
And they're still running them. They don't go there. That's why I said the TV needs people who will go and follow up before I run something on my TV station. That's why sometimes we say this is why it's exaggerate things. Before something runs on their stations, they make sure they've got everything in line properly. They're not rushing after getting money. They're like, what if I advertise something on CNN and it's so bad? My brand will go down completely. People, viewership will completely low down.
But now there's another problem. With our experience in the market, we find sometimes people shunning the genuine product
And going for
because the fakers have damaged the reputation and brand experience of the genuine. I know of a popular curry powder that many people no longer want to buy because it is counterfeited so much that people fear even to go for the genuine. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So this brand, because it's losing market share, keeps on pouring money on the TV and radio to advertise, to call back the customers. But the more they are advertising, the more the fakers are also increasing production of the fake version of that. So don't you think, don't you think therefore that it should not just be the TVs to come into this campaign of rejecting the fake adverts? Don't you think the brands need to do more to safeguard their products, not just to leave it to the TVs?
Of course, the brands have to do more, but are they doing more? They're also seated because they're like, as long as my advert is running on TV, brand managers are not doing the job they're supposed to do as a brand manager. Brand managers are supposed to make sure his brand is genuine and its people are getting it in a genuine. They've got only positive results, like feedback, not negative feedback. Yeah. I can't buy Reiko and I'll be like, man, I bought Reiko, but I got a running stomach after putting in my sauce. No, I need to buy something. I need to go buy Reiko. I'm like, I bought Reiko, but it's genuine.
The food was tasty.
The food was tasty.
The aroma.
These brand managers are doing a good job. For them, they're after, this is my budget, please. Run my advert. Deal done. End of month, please. Finance procurement has put money on your account.
My commission.
Yes.
And
even that is there actually.
And yet, Hudson, I can speak without fear of contradiction that a lot of the counterfeiting of these brands comes from within.
It comes from within.
The salespeople, the marketing people, the whatever, they are running side shows where they are packaging the fake products, but using the official transport of the company. So the truck that is going to distribute.
Even using the methods, because they'll be like, now we know how to make we know how to package them. They can use the methods of like the methodology of how the branding and the making of this product is. They're like, let's add in other things. And what next? They're delivering them to us and we're using them. Brand managers have to make sure they give us something whereby it is so good, it is genuine. I can use it for years and years and years and years. I can recommend it to different people to use it. Yeah.
But you're working in an agency.
Yes.
And you know this problem. What are the communication agencies doing to help the brands to make sure that they are more responsive for their brands, that they ensure the public safety, that they ensure the consumer knows? What are you doing about it? Or you are also just making money?
Sometimes, that's why sometimes before a campaign is being launched, there's what we call research. Agencies are given time of like, let's do some research about what you're going to launch before it goes to the public, because we need something to be genuine. Yeah, they make sure they push so to get some. That's why they also bring in consultants. Be like, let's bring consultants from different kinds of environment, so to get something which is genuine. Because I'm not going to launch something as an agent. Be like, we've launched something courtesy of Coca-Cola, but the Minute Maid is so bad. No, we need to make sure before it's out there as agency, please, is it good?
But if you complain, if you try to stop the launch, because sometimes clients don't listen.
They don't listen.
They'll take the job away from this agency and give it to a more friendly agency.
That's the problem now. We have clients, but I'm open. That's the problem we have with clients now. They want to listen to agencies sometimes. They'll be like, this agency has just pitched to me. Please don't disturb my peace.
This is what I want. This is how I want you to go to the market. That's it.
Because there are many agencies, they want to listen to this agency has worked with them for a long time. They're like, but they just pitched to me and their return is cheaper than yours. They are low. For you telling me 25 million, I'll give them 15. Don't want to listen. Sometimes you want to listen to agencies. Sometimes you can do a strategy for a client which is so good, and what next? It does the opposite. When they do the opposite, you're like, why did I waste my time? It happens to us and we feel our pain. Or sometimes they can be like, do a strategy to us. After 1 year, after the contract is done, they use your strategy you used to for them because they're done with you now, contract is done. You're like, please, my energy, I wasted on that thing.
So are you saying that in the whole chain of this counterfeit issue, a big part of the problem is being caused by the brands?
It's because, yeah, definitely caused by the brands. Agencies play a bigger role. PR managers play a bigger role of making sure in agencies making sure things are genuine. But
you're not listened to.
You're not listened to at times.
I'll give an
example. One time I was in a boardroom and it was full of old people. We're talking about Uganda Airlines. I was working for Abavata by that time. I was giving them ideas of let's go digital, sort of going this and this and this. But members made noise. All people made noise. I'm like, guys, I've worked with Emirates for a full year when I was working at H&K. This is the angle they use. This is the biggest airline we have in the world. Can we try to follow this procedure? They made noise. After 2 months, they called us back. Young man, you're right. I'm like, why didn't you follow my thing? Yes. You're too old. Leave the old school bit of it because your client, we kept quiet. You didn't listen to us. But listen to what we're saying. Yeah.
Okay, but with the old school, sometimes we have old wisdom.
Of course, old wisdom
which works. But because I'm going to talk about new wisdom now.
I'm just saying the thing of like, I'm giving you an example of how clients sometimes
they cut you off. It happens in all professions.
Our things.
Doctors nowadays are facing challenges because a patient goes to a doctor and they have Googled the disease and the treatment and the doctor is trying to explain, take this, and there's an argument.
Yes.
Same thing with us lawyers. A client comes and they are the lawyer and now you become the client. So it's across board. But talking about the modern way of handling things, I was reading a report which shows that e-commerce transactions, the value is now about $7 trillion in the world, and it's growing. And yet, the e-commerce trading platforms provide an easy route for counterfeits to be sold. So as a young person who is all in praise for the digital economy, I'm putting it to you that the digital economy is causing a lot of harm. It is spreading counterfeits. What do you say to that?
Now that everything has gone digital, now everything has gone. And then we had an issue of when COVID came in. When COVID came in, communication was more of digital now.
Okay, there's no COVID.
There's no COVID yet, but still.
But fakes on the e-platform.
On the e-platform are so many.
I just saw it.
So many.
People are crying.
Because when
you order for a Nike shoe, they give you
Adidas.
or something different.
Yes, something different.
Fake.
Even Adidas, they can give you something Adidas, something Adidas. But it's not what you ordered for.
How can we control counterfeits in the digital economy?
Now we have to come up with a strategy of, let me say, name and shame. That one would work. Can we do name and shame? Can we do a notice board of that thing? Like now, every week something is being run on our social media platforms. Be like, these are the fake things being bought. People are coming to us, talking to SCN, let me say, about these fake products. What next? We are shaming these brands. And the brands have to come out and be like, no, do you know what?
To take redress and action.
Yes, and action. There we are going to counterfeit very well.
It's because we are keeping quiet, we are suffering in silence.
Yes, and now with the law which is going to be passed, which they are going to oppose the into research about everything because of research.
You think the law will help?
The law is going to help because Ugandans have one thing: is the law being passed? The law is not yet passed. We can do something different. We saw with the digital social media law when it was passed, how people started calling down
computer misuse.
Yeah. So what Ugandans have to think of, like, have they passed the law? Not yet. Let's do what we want to do.
Finally, the Premier League season is going to begin very soon.
Yeah.
I know that as an ardent supporter of a team which did not become champion, I will not mention it. You are gearing up. But the problem is that many of you guys are buying fake sports jerseys. Why are you buying fake sports jerseys, and how bad is this?
In Uganda, on average, a person who's working earns like 1 million on average. You take off rent, you take off transportation, you take off food. I think he's taking around roughly 100,000.
And he wants to go and wear a jersey.
He wants to go and wear an Arsenal original jersey.
And how much is an original jersey?
$500 or $1,700. Original ones, they're in $2.
Okay, the copy, the generic, maybe $300.
Yeah,
that is still $1 million.
That is still $1 million. Someone is like, why can't I buy a jersey of 80,000? I put one sort of spending my
$20.
My own salary going.
So you are justifying buying of counterfeit jerseys because of affordability.
Affordability.
Is that the biggest driver of counterfeits, according to you?
To me, I would say it's the biggest driver of counterfeits, by the way.
But if you knew the danger, if you knew that jersey that you're wearing is made in very unhygienic and with dangerous substances which you put on your skin and it goes into your bloodstream and you can fall sick, would you still buy the jersey of 80,000? I
wouldn't buy it. But
so don't you think it's lack of knowledge of the concealed dangers?
That is another point. Now, to my shock, that's why I say you talk about the stupid bit of it. A Uganda Cranes national jersey is at 100,000 original from Fufa House. A Gazelles jersey is 100,000 at Fuba House. A person can't buy it, but is going to buy Arsenal Manchester jersey at 100,000.
Which is fake.
But original ones of our local clubs, KCCA jerseys at 50,000. Original ones at KCCA. Villa Vipers, but they can't buy them. What next? They're like, no, I want to put on Arsenal of 80,000, 80,000.
But fake.
That fake. But these original ones, they're not buying them. We're just stupid sometimes, as you said. Yeah, because when you look at, ask many people, which club do you support locally? They'll be like, I don't know those things. But he's a big Liverpool fan. He knows all the players in this world. But football in Uganda is
injured in training.
And get in place and everything is happening in Uganda. Now people have access to stadiums. Don't be like, no, 20k interest, 10k, but you can't watch a game of 10k. It's like, that's boring for basketball.
I need to call you for another show on football. We need to end here. Your message to your fellow PR and the public on this issue of counterfeit.
I would say we need to work hand in hand as a team so that we make sure we fight counterfeits in Uganda.
We need to work as a team.
As a team.
That has been Hudson Mugweri. Hudson, specialist, PR expert. He has been discussing with us the perspective of counterfeits from a PR angle. And I think he has done well to shed light on this issue. So we would like to sign off by thanking you as always, making a date with us every Friday to have a conversation and raise your awareness about counterfeits, because we believe that an informed consumer is the consumer that will fight counterfeits. I would like to sign off by asking you, if you like what we're doing, don't forget to click that button to subscribe. Don't forget to share and put the reminder to know of the next program. We would like to end here. Don't be fake. Buy and sell genuine.